The paradox we are about to explore is called the time loop paradox. Imagine a single moment stretched thin, repeated endlessly as if caught in an invisible spiral spinning softly beneath the fabric of reality. Each blink, each breath returns you to the start, a quiet echo trapped in the folds of time. This looping dance challenges what it means to live a life unfolding moment by moment. When every day is the same, and every action rewritten into a perfect repetition, what then becomes of choice, meaning, or growth? The time loop paradox reveals how awareness moves delicately within the repetition, watching but perhaps never changing, as if consciousness lurks wistfully on the edge of a circle too perfect to escape. Time here becomes a whispered secret, circling endlessly and folding around itself like smoke curling through twilight air. When moments cycle without end, the world feels suspended, a stillness more haunting than peace. The paradox questions the very nature of existence. If life is caught in a cycle, repeating the same steps, retracing identical footprints over and over, does free will dissolve into shadow? Are our thoughts and feelings finally just ripples on an endless pond? Or do they possess a quiet power unseen by the surface? Beneath the surface of repeating hours lies a question. Can true choice bloom within an endless loop? Or do we become mere spectators to the same play repeating its silent act? In a shadowed room, Evelyn wakes to the soft chime of a clock, an invisible hand pressing repeat for the day ahead. She moves like a ghost through familiar rooms, her footsteps echoing in halls where everything is timeless, yet never quite at rest. Each word she speaks falls like soft rain, unchanging yet heavy with meaning. Evelyn senses the loop, feeling trapped yet strange comfort in the repetition. Her eyes meet the same faces, her heart carries yesterday's doubts, and her mind plays the same fragile thoughts. There is a quiet ache beneath her calm, a yearning tangled with acceptance. In her awareness lives the paradox, knowing she has no power to change, but still wondering if her watching somehow matters. Evelyn's days stretch onward like long, muted shadows cast by flickering candlelight, each moment suspended between hope and resignation. She recalls faint whispers of choices she once imagined, now fallen like leaves onto a river flowing back upon itself. Slowly, she begins to understand not only the weight of repetition, but the strange tenderness in the awareness of it. Emotions swell quietly beneath her composed exterior, fragments of longing, regret, and the faint spark of defiance. She dreams of breaking free, yet wonders if the loop itself holds a secret wisdom. Her consciousness stirs softly, aware, attentive, but also aching for something just beyond reach, a silent question hanging like mist. As cycles repeat, the tension deepens. Evelyn tries to shift her steps, her gaze, the words she utters as if bending the pattern to her will. But the loop gently corrects her, folding actions back into the same silent script. Each attempted change evaporates like mist, leaving her suspended between hope and helplessness. A quiet frustration simmers beneath the surface. Can growth occur if events never truly alter? Is awareness then a cruel joke or a hidden guide? The paradox tightens. Evelyn becomes both prisoner and observer, caught in a restless limbo where time folds upon itself, and freedom feels as distant as a fading star in a monochrome sky. With each repetition, Evelyn's inner world shifts imperceptibly. Memory blends with anticipation in a quiet symphony where past meets future endlessly. The loop no longer feels solely like a cage, but reveals itself as a strange landscape to be explored, a garden of possibilities enclosed within unwavering boundaries. She begins to see echoes of herself reflected in the still waters of time, each reflection hinting at something unknown. The tension softens into a gentle questioning. Can evolution happen within the confines of repetition? Could awareness itself be the key, the thread pulling meaning from cycles that seem otherwise unbroken? One evening, beneath the soft glow of a lantern's flicker, Evelyn feels a subtle shift. The loop bends not outward, but inward, folding time like pages in a worn book. She realizes the narrative is not fixed by events, but by her perspective, her awareness coloring the endless turns. In the quiet spaces between repetition, she discovers freedom, not in breaking the cycle, but in embracing the dance within it. Time's unyielding pattern becomes less a trap and more a canvas, where consciousness paints meaning. The paradox begins to soften, revealing that perhaps the loop is not a prison, but a stage for quiet transformation, unbound by external change. Evelyn finds fragments of peace in this new understanding. She listens quietly to the gentle rhythm of repeated moments, no longer seeking escape, but presence. Within the same unfolding day, she explores subtle variations of feeling, reflection, and stillness. Awareness blooms into compassion for the self caught inside the circle, a silent witness to all that was, is, and might be repeated endlessly. The paradox no longer demands resolution, but invites acceptance. Evelyn's consciousness weaves a delicate thread through time's endless spiral, a soft light revealing that even in a loop, depth and meaning quietly persist. In this suspended space between sleep and waking, Evelyn asks herself, if each night were destined to repeat exactly as before, would she choose differently? Is there within her a trace of hope, a spark brave enough to shift the tiniest detail? Or is freedom found not in changing the cycle, but in becoming the quiet observer who notices the subtle dance of patterns? The time loop paradox whispers softly. When faced with endless repetition, what is truly ours to change? The world, or simply the way we see it? It leaves us wondering gently, lingering like a dream barely remembered, inviting us to question the meaning of choice within the timeless weave.